During your career, you've wrestled everywhere, from little independents to the big Tokyo Dome in Japan. In which promotion do you enjoy wrestling the most?
Um, that's a hard question because I like all the promotions that I've worked for, But if you're gonna go with like the arenas, there's the Cork and Hall Arena in Japan. It's one of my favorite arenas. I've been there for the Dragon Gate Company in New Japan. It's just like a different. Oops, they're talking. It's just like a different atmosphere there. The fans are so cool. But also the ECW Arena in America, up in Philadelphia. That one's one of my favorites too. But that's a hard question because if you're gonna, I like all the promotions I've worked for. There's not one that I like really more than another one. I throw out PWG out there. Obviously New Japan, Dragon Gate. They're all pretty cool so far though.
Because everything is different in every country or territory, you must adapt your in-ring style. Do you think it's important knowing how to work in each promotion in order to get the crowd involved?
Yes, definitely. I kind of grew up. It's in America we call it the Memphis style. It's like Southern style. That's kind of where I grew up in the Tennessee, Illinois, Alabama area. But then I started going to Chikara where I trained more of the Lucha Libre style. And that's where I fell in love with that kind of style, the more the Lucha Libre style. And then going to Japan, they just taught me so many different things over there. But I think it is important to, even if, because like I kind of do the same thing. I do my same stuff in every match. But I do feel it's important to know all different types of wrestling. Like look at like Chris Hero, for example. Chris Hero knows every type of wrestling you can do. And that's why he's so good. But I do feel like if you're going to adapt to, because someone may not know someone you're wrestling may not know a certain style. They may only know their style. So you kind of have to adapt to them if you want to get, the best match you can. So I feel like it is important to know, even though if it may not be your style, I think it's important to know all the different styles.
Okay, now your in-ring character progression has been awesome during these years. You started as a high flyer, and now you are an all-around wrestler. When did you decide to use less high-flying moves during your matches? Another question, and your double moonsault, will we see it again?
I don't exactly know when I decided to stop doing as much high flying as I used to. I think it's just as I got older. As I got older, I stopped being as crazy, and so I'm like, I need to calm down a little bit. But yeah, it's again going over to Japan for Dragon Gate. They helped me a lot with my in-ring character and just progression as a wrestler. So I got to thank them a lot. But yeah, I don't know exactly when I decided. I think as I got older, I decided maybe I need to calm down and save it for the big matches and stuff. And as far as the double moonsault is concerned, I think the last time I was actually just watching the last match I did it in, which was Kobe World 2014 against Tozawa and BB Hulk. That was the last time I ever done it. And I don't know. I don't say never, but as far as right now, I don't see it happening anytime in the near future. But never say never.
Thank you. Now let's talk about a little about Lucha Underground. When you first started, your character didn't talk. What did you think when they told you the idea? Do you consider you to have a lot to improve on the microphone?
Well, the thing is, they didn't want me speaking because it was supposed to be like an Hispanic character, and obviously I'm not Hispanic. But so they wanted to they didn't know how the fans would take to like having somebody who was raised in Kentucky, half black, half white, portraying an Hispanic character, which I understand. But as soon as they found out that I don't think the fans really cared about that stuff, then that's when they started letting me talk a little more. The fans, they liked Willie Mack, they liked Cage, they liked Mundo, they liked Angelico, they liked Son of Havoc, so I don't think they cared as much that it, wasn't a Hispanic character. But I always think I have a lot to improve on the mic. Even as I'm talking right now, I feel like I could be doing better. But that's also the one kind of aspect in my game that I need to really, really touch up, because I feel like all the athletic stuff, like as odd as it sounds, for lack of a better term, I guess that stuff comes easy to me because I've been doing that my whole life. So I figure the talking, the stuff, that's the emotional part is what I'm really trying to been working on the past couple of years.
Under the Prince Puma persona, a lot of people found that Ricochet was more than spots and high fly moves, and you can tell also a good story in the ring. Has Lucha Underground helped you to grow in the acting perspective?
They definitely have, actually. They definitely have, especially with like just the backstage vignettes and stuff, because that helped me out a ton. But I feel like just experience is what helped me, I guess, become how I am today, whether it's good or bad, however you guys think. Experience, whether it's Lucha Underground or Japan or Mexico or Canada or Spain, wherever, I think just that experience of being in the ring and finding out what works, what doesn't work, that's really like, and I wrestled for Lucha a lot, so like, and I wrestled a lot of different guys, so yes, that did take part in helping me progress, but I think just experience in general.
You've said in recent interviews that you are taking some important choices about your future. You haven't been in the Lucha Underground live show. What is your situation regarding the season 4 tapings? And do you see yourself working for Lucha Underground until the possible season 7?
Again, everything's open. I'm open to anything, but I know where I want to go, and I know where I need to be to get there, and so that's kind of what I've been thinking about. And so, I still got a lot of things I want to do in Japan. I got a lot of things I want to do even in the States. I got a couple things I want to do and check off the checklist. And so I think, but like I said, anything's an option right now. So I'm just kind of, again, keeping my options open and seeing what's out there for me. But I know I've got some things that I want to do, some things I want to accomplish. So I'm going to try to keep those in mind as far as when I'm making my decision of what I actually want to do.
Other country you love is Japan. How was going to Japan? The cultural differences and making a name when no one knew you?
Yeah, I was just talking to someone the other day about this. My first, like, obviously going now, because I've been so much, it's kind of just like my second home. But when I first went over there, it was like being on a different planet, like different. Because even like when I come to like Mexico or Spain or somewhere, like I can recognize like words, and over there I didn't know anything. I didn't know any of that. I couldn't speak it, couldn't see it, read it, nothing. So it was huge. And again, like they're big into fish, and like I'm not really a fish guy, so that was hard adapting to like what to eat. But going over there for the past, I guess, 7 years now. Holy crap, 7 years. I've grown to love the Japanese country and culture and people, and they're so cool. And it's like the safest place in the world. You can leave your bags on the street. I'm not saying you should, but you can leave your bags on the street and come back later, and they'll still be right there, nothing touched. And again, they just helped me. Without Japan, I wouldn't be where I'm at today without them, because they're the ones that really, like you said, going over there, and no one knew me going over there, and like all they knew is I did a double moonsault, and that's all they wanted to see. They wanted to see the double moonsault, get out of the ring. And so thanks to Shima and Naruki Doi, Yoshino Masato, Dragon Kid, all those guys for helping me progress as a wrestler, and really showing I was more than just a double moonsault, showing like Shima for the most, like he saw the potential in me, and I owe my career to that man.
Okay. You've become a regular in New Japan, but you spent your first year, as you said, in Dragon Gate. Do you have in mind a return to Dragon Gate? Your graduation ceremony hasn't taken place, so we suppose your career is in over. Yeah.
Actually, I've been trying to go back for like the last like year or two. Tozawa's last match was November 3rd, and New Japan, we had a house show that day, so I was trying to ask if I could take off the house show and go do this big show but they needed me for the show, so I was really upset, and I tried to go back a couple times, and and actually even this year I'm trying to talk to the Dragon Gate office and the New Japan office and see like if we can work something out, because I do love Dragon Gate and I do want to go back. I genuinely want to go back and at least do one last show. Like, it'd be great if it was Kobe World, it'd be great if it was Final Gate, wherever. I just know I do want to go back one last time and just say thank you to everybody there, and tell them how much that I love and respect them and I miss everybody.
So if you haven't been in Dragon Gate, it's because of your contract with New Japan?
No. It's just I'm so busy. Like, a lot of times Dragon Gate would have me out there for like 3 or 4 weeks at a time, and I'm just so busy I don't have 3 or 4 weeks to go out there. So I need to find a time, maybe like when I'm already out there, that I can just, be on a show while I'm out there or something. I don't know. Maybe work out something. Maybe Dragon Gate can fly me out for one show. I don't know. But I'm just so busy. And so that's the only thing that's really keeping me down. But yeah, as soon as our schedules can meet up, I think I'm going to try to at least go back for one last show.
Talking about Japan, Will Ospreay and you broke the internet last summer with your awesome Korakuen Hall match. Would you consider this the best match of your entire career? If not, which one would you say is the best match of your career? Your favorite, if you want.
Honestly, no, I wouldn't say that was my best match of my career. That was just kind of when we first were, we saw that we had that match. We knew we were going to try to put on a main event match for like Korakuen Hall, Super Juniors, but we didn't expect for it to blow up like it did. I didn't expect that. He may have. I did not expect that. I just knew we were going to try to go out there and have the best match we possibly could. And even then, I think if we would have had more time, we could have had a better one. I don't know. I think it's just, I really don't know what happened to that match, because we've had that match like 2 or 3 times before that, and it didn't. We had it in England, we had it in America, we had, and it didn't catch on like that. So I don't know what happened with this match. Maybe it was the exposure, maybe it was the crowd's reaction. I don't know, but I wasn't expecting that. But I wouldn't say it's one of my. It is. It would be one of my favorites for sure. But I don't know which one would be my favorite. I've had so many that are good. I've had some with Will that were good, some with Pac, now Adrian Neville in the WWE that were awesome. Some like that really helped me out as a wrestler. I had one with Uha Nation, now Apollo Crews in WWE, but we had one at Korakuen Hall for Dragon Gate. It was actually the first ever foreigner versus foreigner for the Dream Gate Championship, and that we sold the place out, and so that's one of my favorites. Obviously, my match with Rey Mysterio and Lucha Underground, that's got to be top 3, if not my favorite match, because just everything that it meant to me, But it's hard to pick a favorite, because I have different favorites for different reasons, if that makes any sense.
WWE had the Cruiserweight Classic. What do you think about the concept of the tournament? I would like to know that if did you receive any proposition for WWE for coming to the Cruiserweight Classic?
I think the Cruiserweight Classic was really cool, especially for the guys that were in it. It gave a lot of those guys great exposure. A lot of actually all the guys got signed, but a lot of the guys got signed off of it. Now they're doing the 205 Live. I think it's really good for them. Yeah, I mean, I never got truly contacted for it. I mean, I've been contacted by them, but for other stuff. I never got contacted for the Cruiserweight Classic, which is okay with me, because I feel like those guys that were on it were showcased very well, and I think that it was good for them and it was good for the WWE to show what we can do as wrestlers. Just because we're small doesn't mean we can't be entertaining, you know what I mean? But no, I never got contacted personally for that. I've been contacted obviously for other stuff, which is cool with me. I'm fine with that. I'm actually great. I'm okay with that. But again, I love the concept of it. I hope they do another one. I hope they have enough people to do another one. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
But cruiserweights aren't doing as great as everybody thought in the main roster. What do you think about the way the creative team is treating them with the 205 Live and the division in Raw?
Yeah, I guess it's not taken off as hot as they originally thought it was going to be, and that's okay. I mean, it's new. A lot of the fans don't know who a lot of these guys are, and I think, and again, it's new, and everything that's new is gonna. This is the feeling out process. These guys kind of got it bad because they're the first ones, so they're the ones that's gonna have to feel everything out and see what works, see what doesn't work. You know what I mean? But also, I think if they would like let them go like they did in the Cruiserweight Classic. Obviously, in the Cruiserweight Classic, they could tear their house down however they wanted. I think if they would let them go a little more that style, maybe a little bit less of the kind of the cheesy like backstage promos and stuff. I don't know what it is. I really don't know. I can't tell you. But again, I think they're in a bad spot because of the first ones, and they've got to if something doesn't work, it's on them. They've got to try something new, and that may not work, so they got to try something new. So I think they're just in a bad spot right now. Once they get it all figured out, then I think it'll
WWE also did a tournament in the United Kingdom last month, and they hired a lot of indie talent under exclusive contracts. These contracts don't allow the wrestler to take part on live streaming indie shows. What do you think about this contract? Do you think that WWE is trying to monopolize the business, a lot of people said?
I mean, if those guys are happy, then who are we? You know what I mean? And if those guys, you know, they knew what they were getting into. They know. So, like, if they're happy with what they're doing, like they're on WWE. Tyler Bates, a WWE champion. He's a WWE UK champion. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's more than I can say. And maybe they are, because there are a lot of good guys out there. So maybe the WWE sees that now, and they're like, we need this guy, we need that guy, we need that guy, you know, because there are good guys. And again, the WWE they just want to have the best product they can put out too, you know what I mean? So to put out the best product, you need the best guys, and that's why I think they're hiring so many people, is because, again, they want the best product they can have. And also they have the network, so they have to have so many shows on the network. So they have to have so many people to put on these shows. So they have to have like a surplus of people in order to do so many shows. So I don't know if they're trying to monopolize or they're just trying to, you know, put out good product, you know.
And do you think, from your opinion, that this benefits the wrestling business, the WWE hiring indie guys and don't allowing them to go to indie shows?
I don't know if it necessarily helps. I mean, it helps them a lot,
Yes.
but I mean, it may help the indies too, because there are a lot of guys that are new that haven't been seen that can now come up. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys out there that have been wrestling for, you know, 4, 5, 6 years that just haven't got that exposure. And now, since a lot of the guys are leaving, you know, going away, some of those guys can, you know, come up and fill in those spots and show that, you know, hey, I've been here and I'm really good too. So, I mean, I don't know if it's good, or maybe it is, because it just gets a new batch of fresh talent, fresh guys. So I don't want to say no, but maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Your best friends of the galaxy, Akira Tozawa and Anuha Nation, are now part of WWE. Yeah. Plus, you've said so many times that you have spoken with WWE staff in Orlando, as you already said in this interview. What is your situation right now, considering a possible WWE run?
Like I said, anything's possible. I'm always keeping my options open, but like I said earlier too, as well, I got a couple more things that I want to try to check off the checklist. You know what I mean? Like I said, like the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, I really want that title so bad. I want that title more than I want any title in wrestling right at the moment. You know what I mean? So I want to try to have a good run with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title. I'd like to be in one more Super Junior, possibly win one more Super Junior. I'd like to do just a couple more things, you know, like go to a couple more different countries. Again, like I'm going to Peru, I'm going Costa Rica. So I just want to hit a couple more countries, do a couple more things before I go over there and have to, abide by their schedule and, do as they say, So but there's nothing wrong with that even, but hopefully in the future, yes. But at the moment, I'm really kind of enjoying what I'm doing. I got some freedom. I can take time off if I need. So in the future, I hope so. But at the moment, I kind of enjoy what I'm doing.
In the United States, people would love to see you wrestling in Ring of Honor. You work with New Japan, who have a great relationship with them. Is there any possibility of seeing you wrestling in Ring of Honor, or your contract with Lucha Underground don't allow you?
Yeah, that's the thing. Although I'm no longer under contract with Lucha Underground, I still do have a no-compete clause, as they say. So I cannot compete until Season 3 is over, and then they just extended Season 3, so it's going to be even longer. So we'll see what happens. I would love to work for Ring of Honor, but at this moment, I'm kind of handcuffed and I can't.
You had a dark match with them, with Ring of Honor, in 2009. How was the experience? Any thoughts on the promotion in general? Your friend Will Ospreay has signed an exclusive deal. You said that you have a lot of things to do before going to WWE. Will wrestling in Ring of Honor be one thing?
Yeah, I would love to wrestle for Ring of Honor. I'd love to either hold the television championship or a tag team championship or something there. That'd be great. But yeah, I guess that would be a checklist off of mine. I don't know. I forgot. I forgot about that match. I'm trying to think about that match. Is what I'm trying to think. I think it was. I want to say it was like a 6-man tag or something against. Was it me, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Dempsey maybe, versus. His name was who's now Crimson, but it was what was his name? I forgot his name, but Crimson and TNA versus Sean Schultz versus I can't think of the other guy. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about it. I drove down. I think it was in St. Louis or Indiana. I forgot which one. But I drove up, didn't get paid for anything. I just wrestled the match. I guess they didn't like me. I know Hero was pushing for me hard because I think Matt Sydal had just got signed at the time. And Chris Hero was saying, like, Ring of Honor doesn't really have any high flyers. And he's saying, this kid, he's new, but he's got potential, all this other stuff. And I guess I just didn't do good enough, I guess. But it's okay because I've enjoyed my journey since. I've enjoyed where I've been, what paths I've taken. So maybe it was a good thing.
Yes, maybe. And now one last question. What is your main goal in wrestling for 2017? What can we, your fans, expect from Ricochet this year?
My main goal, I guess what I'm most focused on is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. But my main goal, again, is just I want to make new countries. I want to stay safe. And, again, just have as much fun as possible because sometimes I'm like, oh, I got to go here and I got to go there and I got to do this. But like, I say that, but at the same time, I know I'm lucky. Again, because like wrestling, it doesn't owe me anything, and so the fact that I get to travel and do interviews in Spain, which is crazy to me, it's great, and I want to continue to do that, and I want to just try to have a more positive outlook on stuff because I know like it gets tiring, it gets hard, it gets lonely, it hurts, but again, I'm lucky that I get to do it at all. So again, just try to have a more positive outlook and just try to help as many people, like whether they're new or just breaking in or they've been here for a while or whatever. I don't know. Just be the best me I can be and also win the Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, do you want to say something to your fans in Spain?
Hola, amigos. No, again, I just want to say thank you guys for the support. I guess for even having the confidence to have me out here is really cool. And I just want to say thank you guys. Tonight it's going to be great. And I just want to say I hope you guys have a good time. I'm going to have a great time here at White Wolf Wrestling. But again, I just want to say gracias.